You give too many fucks. You give a fuck about what they think. You give a fuck about how they feel. You give a fuck about outcomes you cannot control. Every fuck you give is a chain around your neck. Every fuck you give is a vote for their sovereignty over your peace. The prince gives no fucks, not because he is dead inside, but because he knows that caring is the currency of slavery. To give a fuck is to be owned. To stop giving fucks is to be free. The first law of strategic indifference is the law of the unborrowed opinion. Other people's opinions are not yours to carry. They think what they think. That is their business, their burden, their problem. The touchable person borrows their opinions, makes them his own, carries them as weights. The prince does not borrow. He hears, he notes, he dismisses. Their thoughts remain theirs, his mind remains his. Unborrowed opinions cannot weigh him down because he never picks them up. The second law is the law of the unfelt judgment. You will be judged, it is inevitable. The touchable person feels every judgment as a wound, every criticism as a blow. He collects them, catalogues them, carries them. The prince does not feel them. He hears the words, notes the source, and moves on. Judgment is information, nothing more. It cannot wound him because he does not let it in. His skin is not porous to the opinions of others. The third law is the law of the unwitnessed performance. Others perform for you. Dramas, crises, emotional displays, hoping you will care, hoping you will react. They need your attention to make their performance real. The touchable person gives them what they want. He watches, reacts, cares. The prince does not witness. He does not attend their performances. He is always elsewhere, always occupied, always unavailable. Without an audience, the performance fails. The performer must find another stage. The fourth law is the law of the unshared outcome. You cannot control outcomes. You can act, you can influence, but you cannot guarantee. The touchable person cares desperately for results, suffers when they diverge from his hopes, is crushed by failure. The prince does not care about outcomes. He cares about actions. He does what he can, then releases the rest. The outcome is not his to command. Caring about what you cannot control is caring wasted. The fifth law is the law of the unfelt disappointment. Disappointment is the gap between expectation and reality. The touchable person fills that gap with suffering. The prince does not expect, so he is never disappointed. He hopes for nothing, so nothing can let him down. He plans, he acts, he adapts, but he does not expect. His peace is not contingent on events he cannot control. The sixth law is the law of the unread praise. Praise is as dangerous as blame. It hooks you, makes you need more, makes you fear its absence. The touchable person chases praise, shapes himself to earn it, suffers when it is withheld. The prince does not read praise. He hears it, notes it, dismisses it. His worth is not determined by what others say. Praise cannot lift him because he does not need to be lifted. The seventh law is the law of the unattended fire. Emotions are fires. They burn hot, then cool. The touchable person tends every fire, feeds it, stokes it, keeps it alive. The prince lets fires burn out. He does not feed anger with attention. He does not stoke resentment with memory. He lets emotions run their course, then die. An unattended fire cannot burn forever. Without fuel, it dies. The eighth law is the law of the unseen slights. Small slights happen every day. A rude word, a forgotten courtesy, a slight disrespect. The touchable person notices every one, catalogues them, carries them.
The prince does not see them. They are beneath his notice, below his attention. He has more important things to do than catalog the petty failings of others. Unseen slights cannot wound because they are not seen. The ninth law is the law of the unread comparison. Comparison is the thief of joy. You look at others and feel envy, inadequacy, despair. The touchable person measures himself against everyone, always finding himself lacking. The prince does not compare. He knows that his path is his alone. Another's success is not his failure. Another's wealth is not his poverty. He runs his own race, on his own track, towards his own finish. The 10th law is the law of the unfinished business. You will not finish everything. You will not help everyone. You will not solve every problem. The touchable person exhausts himself trying, spreading himself thin, accomplishing nothing. The prince chooses. He finishes what matters, leaves the rest undone. His indifference to the unfinished is not laziness, it is prioritization. He knows that trying to do everything means doing nothing well. The 11th law is the law of the unfelt urgency. The world will tell you that things are urgent. Respond now or lose your chance. Decide now or face disaster. Act now or regret forever. Urgency is a weapon. It bypasses thought, forces reaction, creates openings. The prince does not feel urgency. He moves at his own pace, decides in his own time, acts when he chooses. The urgent becomes merely another piece of information, not a command. The 12th law is the law of the unfelt past. The past reaches for you. Memories pull you at. Old wounds call to you. The touchable person lives in what was, shaped by events that no longer exist. The prince lives in what is. He acknowledges the past without being ruled by it. He learns from it, then leaves it. The past cannot touch him because he does not live there. He is always here, always now, always present. You have now received the 12 laws of strategic indifference. The world will call you cold. It will say you have no heart, no compassion, no feeling. Let them talk. They're the same ones who told you that caring is strength, that feeling deeply is virtue, that indifference is cruelty. They were wrong. Caring without discrimination is slavery. Feeling without control is weakness. Indifference is not the absence of heart. It is the presence of sovereignty. It is the ability to choose what matters, to invest only what serves, to remain unmoved by what cannot touch you. The prince does not give a fuck about what does not matter. He gives fucks only where they count, with focus, with intensity, with purpose. Be that one. Stop giving a fuck about the noise. Start giving a fuck about what matters. Be indifferent. Be sovereign. Be the prince. You have learned the first 12 laws of strategic indifference. You now understand that giving a fuck is a currency, to be spent wisely, not squandered. But the world will not stop testing you. It will send more than opinions and judgments. It will send your own heart, your own hopes, your own fears, all demanding their share of your fucks. The next 12 laws go deeper, into the places where indifference must be turned inward, where the enemy is not outside, but within. The 13th law is the law of the unfelt loss. You will lose things, people, possessions, positions. Loss is inevitable. The touchable person mourns each loss as if it were a part of himself, diminished by every departure. The prince does not feel loss. He acknowledges it, then continues. What was lost was never truly his. It was only visiting. His core remains intact, untouched by comings and goings. The 14th law is the law of the unread history. Your past does not define you unless you let it. The touchable person carries his history like a chain, every failure and humiliation still binding him. The prince reads his history, learns from it, and sets it aside. It is information, not identity. What happened to you is not who you are. The past cannot touch you if you do not carry it. The 15th law is the law of the unfelt future. Fear of the future is giving a fuck about what does not exist. The touchable person suffers today for what might happen tomorrow, anxiety, worry, dread. The prince does not feel the future. He prepares for it without fearing it. He plans without worrying. He acts without anxiety. The future is not here yet. It cannot touch you if you do not invite it in. The 16th law is the law of the unread status. Status is a game played for the approval of others. The touchable person chases status, titles, positions, recognition, and suffers when he falls short. The prince does not read status. He does not play the game. His worth is not determined by his rank, his title, or his recognition. He is what he is, regardless of what others call him. The 17th law is the law of the unfelt envy. Envy is giving a fuck about what others have. It is suffering because someone else possesses something you do not. The touchable person envies constantly wealth, beauty, talent, luck. The prince does not feel envy. He does not measure himself against others. Their possessions are theirs, his are his. Envy is a waste of energy that could be spent on becoming more yourself. The 18th law is the law of the unfelt anxiety. Anxiety is giving a fuck about what might happen, magnified. The touchable person lives in a world of imagined disasters, each one demanding his care, his worry, his attention. The prince does not feel anxiety. He faces what comes when it comes. The imagined disaster is not real. It cannot touch him because it does not exist. The 19th law is the law of the unfelt boredom. Boredom is giving a fuck about being entertained. The touchable person cannot sit with himself, cannot be alone with his thoughts, cannot exist without distraction. The prince does not feel boredom. He is comfortable in silence, at peace in stillness, content with his own company. Boredom is the complaint of those who have not learned to be themselves. The 20th law is the law of the unfelt manipulation. Others will try to manipulate you through your fucks. They will create crises, perform emotions, manufacture needs, all designed to make you care, to make you act, to make you serve. The prince does not feel their manipulation. He sees it for what it is, a performance, a strategy, a game, and he does not play. The 21st law is the law of unforced caring. Caring must be chosen, not automatic. The touchable person cares about everything, every cause, every person, every problem, until his caring is spread so thin it means nothing. The prince chooses what deserves his fucks. He invests his caring where it matters, where it can make a difference, where it serves his purpose. His caring is focused, intense, effective. Indifference to most things enables deep caring for the few that matter. The 22nd law is the law of the unbroken indifference. You will be tested. Every day the world will try to make you give a fuck. It will send provocations, temptations, manipulations. The touchable person breaks. He cares. He reacts. He suffers. The prince remains unbroken. His indifference is not a pose, it is a practice. Each day he strengthens it. Each day he becomes more impervious. The work never ends, but neither does his freedom. You have now received the 22 laws of strategic indifference. The world will call you cold. It will say you have no heart, no compassion, no feeling. Let them talk. They are the same ones who told you that caring is strength, that feeling deeply is virtue, that indifference is cruelty. They were wrong. Caring without discrimination is slavery. Feeling without control is weakness. Indifference is not the absence of heart, it is the presence of sovereignty. It is the ability to choose what matters, to invest only in what serves, to remain unmoved by what cannot touch you. The prince does not give a fuck about what does not matter. He gives fucks only where they count, with focus, with intensity, with purpose. The work never ends, the transformation is never complete, but each day you give fewer fucks about the noise. Each day you are more free. Be that one. Stop giving a fuck about what does not matter. Start giving a fuck about what does. Be indifferent. Be sovereign. Be the prince.